pissed off. Oh.
Hello and welcome to The Royal View. I'm Mary Burkott.
I'm Leo Fitzsimmons.
I'm Janine.
I'm a mess.
Oh!
I only need one name. I'm like Cher.
You like Cher?
I'm like Cher.
Like
What do you mean, you
Rihanna?
should have
Like
stopped making
Rihanna.
music a while ago?
Whoa,
Drake.
Hey, whoa, guys, let's
What?
not badmouth other people. On
I'm
this
not
show.
bad-mouthing anyone.
I said
Off to a good start already.
I said I was a mess. And
No,
then
I
you
was
guys
talking. She
started
said that she had
naming-
one name, and I was naming people that only have one name.
Oh, well, you should have made
Adele.
that more
He's
apparent.
already coming down my throat. Okay, so wait, that was okay.
Anyway, so
So we're gonna talk about serious issues now while we're
Yeah.
all riled up.
Okay.
Because Mary thinks that this is the first thing that we should talk about.
Okay.
So to talk about it, it's gonna be Janine. Or Mary.
I was going to talk about it, but okay. So the topic that we're going to first talk about is Kesha, which is what basically everyone is talking about, and it's a really unfortunate situation. Basically, Kesha a couple of years ago went to rehab, and once she came out, it kind of everything came to light that she was had an eating disorder and she was a drug addict, and basically she blamed it all on her, I guess producer. Is it producer?
I think so.
I think it's just the producer.
Dr.
Or
Luke.
is it the manager?
And she said that
don't
he
remember.
raped her, and she brought them to court because they won't let her out of her contract. And recently, with that court date, she was denied her promotion. It's not the final say, I believe, but yeah. How do you guys, have you guys been catching up with that? What do you think?
This is all I've been hearing about all week. It's
Yeah.
a really unfortunate situation.
Horrible.
It sucks for her. She has, I think according to the document, she has to do another 6 albums
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
She just can't get out of the contract, and I don't know. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really
Because
terrible.
it's like so easy for other people to get out of contracts, but
Yeah.
like in her situation, no, it has to be difficult
What
for
I
some
don't
reason.
really understand is
know if
that
that's
even so like obviously I mean they're saying that Dr. Luke never did anything that he's being accused of, but even if he didn't, I don't understand why they would let this I'm sorry. I don't understand why they would let this bad publicity go on. Do you know what I mean? Like even if that none of this happened, if I were them, I would just let her out of her contract anyways because it looks so bad on Sony in my opinion.
Right.
Because they're the reason that, she's still in the contract. They say that they
Yeah, Sony
invested their
doesn't
money
look
into
good.
that. I mean, and Sony has had some issues
Yeah.
in the past, Sony leaks, all that stuff like that. So I really
And
don't
at this
understand
point,
why
I
she's
don't
still on
think
this.
Kesha
wasn't
wants to do music right now. Like
She
she
does. She
does?
but she's
Okay.
not allowed to. She's
Oh.
not allowed to make her own music.
because she hasn't had
Because
an album
she's-
in years.
She's under,
She's contracted.
she's under the contract, so she can't just make music for herself. Like she has to
Yeah.
make music for Sony. And you said before that it's easy for other people to get out of contracts. I don't know if that's true.
I think it
I think
is.
it's always an issue.
Look at
No,
Zayn
because if you
Malik.
think- No,
Zayn
because if you
Malik.
think about it,
and I think
Malik.
Zayn.
He left his One Direction contract.
yeah, but
that
they
issue.
but they produce a lot of stuff. Like maybe they already obligated, like they already fulfilled the contract necessities.
They
like,
didn't.
I don't know.
He paid like $13 million, yeah. But
Okay, well he paid 13 million. Do you?
something like that.
Did Kesha pay 13
no, but what I'm
million to
saying
get out of
is
her
that
thing?
I think
It's just a hard thing because a lot of people that create like TV shows and stuff like that, even if you don't like it anymore, like you still have to be a part. You can't just be like, oh, this show is crap now, so I'm just gonna leave. Like you can't do that. Like you're under contract to do that. So I think it's like a hard issue. I think it definitely looks bad on Sony because
Totally.
to say that accusation, especially like when we're in a place that supposedly has a rape culture. I don't know if I believe that, but there's some aspects of it that are
Well, I think
true.
it's very interesting
And that's
because,
bad.
so I can finally chime in here.
Oh yeah.
But I've definitely heard a lot about this. I saw a lot of other celebrities reach out, obviously, in support of Kesha. And I believe one of the more interesting things I read was I think it was Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, what did she say? I actually didn't see what she said.
I think she's familiar with the producer in question that Kesha is obviously trying to no longer work with. And I'm pretty sure the tweet was somewhat anonymous. I don't know if they referenced him specifically by name, but she pretty much said, no, it's not fair if you have to continue to work with somebody that you don't
Yeah.
want to work with. And it's unfortunate, especially in the professional work environment. But like most of the other ones, it basically said, we're here for you and stay strong.
I know Lady Gaga said, I don't know if this was in relation to the Kesha incident, just because Lady Gaga has been at the forefront of like the sexual harassment movement and rape culture and everything like that. In the past, I did see a quote and it said, "I don't want to live in a country where the government regulates whether someone was raped or not."
That I did
Right,
see.
yeah.
And I thought that was quite powerful. But there was also some drama, which is kind of unfortunate, I would say, because I feel like this drama on the side was taking away from the real issue of what was going on with Kesha. Taylor Swift and Demi Lovato, although I wouldn't necessarily say it was Taylor Swift had any involvement in it, it was more Demi Lovato. Demi she kind of spoke out against Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift on the DL gave Kesha $250,000 to like help her legal fees and try and help her get out of her contract. And Demi tweeted something along the lines of like, "Don't just give money, say something about it. Like use this as a platform."
Yeah, you didn't make a statement.
And what do you guys think about that? Because I don't know if I 100% agree with Demi.
I agree that this is completely taking away from the issue. Like the
Yeah,
true issue
totally.
is with Kesha and the fact that she can't get out of her contract.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like, because no, it's like BuzzFeed and all of them that's just making this a bigger issue than it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think it's just a catty like back and forth between
Yeah.
like Demi and Taylor.
I mean, Taylor hasn't said absolutely anything about it because, I mean, Demi is the one who called her out. But like, the thing that I don't necessarily agree with Demi is like Demi saying that if you're not talking about it, you're in the wrong. And
Right.
I get where she's coming from with that. Like, if you have this popularity and you have this platform where you can reach all these people and try and make a difference, I do think it's beneficial to be able to do that, especially with the situation that's going on. However, not everything has to be in the public eye. Like, she's allowed to be a good person on her own, and she's allowed to
Right.
give $250,000 to Kesha and think that's good enough, because that is good enough. Any little thing helps, and I mean, it did come out that she gave this $250,000. I think Kesha's mom was the one who tweeted about it. I don't know if the intent was that for people to know
I think it
about
was Taylor's mom or something that tweeted out. I heard
Somebody
Taylor's,
did.
so.
Somebody did, but regardless, I kind of don't necessarily agree with Demi in the terms of calling people out from doing something just not enough. Do you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that's kind of.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you that that's what Demi was saying, because I don't think she was saying that necessarily that if you don't speak out, then that means you're in the wrong or that you like disagree. I think what she
I'm gonna
was
try and find the tweets,
what she was
because I'm
saying what
not
she was
totally sure.
saying was that you can't just like give money and just expect that to be your statement. Like you should
Well,
take
Taylor
more.
didn't intend for people to know. I think that she even gave money.
I know, but what I'm saying is that her point was more that, like, you don't just like, oh, I'm just gonna give you money and I'm not gonna actually do anything, because it's just so easy to write a check that she's just expecting more of like an active sort of thing. Because Demi had been tweeting like a million other things
Right.
before that, and she was just being super vocal about it. And so I think that as opposed like showing awareness, even though like tweeting, like what are you doing, Demi? Like besides tweeting,
Right.
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I think her point is just like, oh, it's just so easy to send a check. Like, you're not actually making a statement. But it's like, well, you're just doing what you're going to do. Like, I'm
She
giving you
said
the money
one
so
of
you
the
can support
tweets
yourself.
was, "Women empowerment is speaking up for other women even when it's something uncomfortable to speak up about. Women empowerment is using your voice to help the voiceless women be heard. Women empowerment is taking action now, not when it's convenient."
I like how she's like the arbiter of what women empowerment
I mean,
is.
I'm so down for her to be talking about this. You know, I think it's wonderful that she's speaking out, especially.
It's just the way she's going about it.
I know Miley
don't-
Cyrus actually, because she's actually signed under Sony, so it was a little bit of a weird situation for her to have to speak out, and she actually wasn't. I think legally she wasn't allowed to speak out about it, but she used her charity to speak out. On the Instagram, she tweeted support to Kesha. And she also, I think, cut all ties with Dr. Luke, and she's not working with him at all anymore.
I don't think
And-
at this point anyone
Yeah.
is going to continue work with him.
And then I think Miley also like unfollowed him on social media. Like,
Oh, okay, it's
but-
confirmed
which
now.
is- yeah, exactly. But I mean,
That'll show.
people
Those are the real steps.
I
though.
think-
It's
yeah,
not like
100
donating money
yeah.
to help legal
Well,
fees. No.
I think that's
Send out
wonderful.
tweets.
Is-
Send out tweets.
Actually, is that
That's
why
more
she
helpful.
donated money?
No, I don't totally agree with that.
When Taylor donated money,
know,
I was a
it's
little
called
bit.
I don't know.
sarcasm,
You're being
Mary.
sarcasm. I can tell.
No, I was just a little bit confused of where the money is actually going.
That's true. I don't know. Is that like true, or are you just assuming that that's what the money's for?
Well, regardless, $250,000 is cool cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know.
No. Because then if that's just frivolous money, then
What do you
Demi might
mean?
have a point.
Because it's not like this was
what I'm
done for an
saying.
organization or anything.
No, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
obviously Taylor wasn't just random. Like, hey, you know what random person I'm going to give money to today? Kesha. Like,
No, I know.
I know, but it's like for
but-
what?
Because she's obviously needs like some support right now, because she is actually not able to put out music, so she's not making money. And so she's paying for these legal fees. She paid for being in rehab, and she's not making any money, she's not getting any income. I'm sure she's having a lot of financial issues. And so I think it was quite, very thoughtful of Taylor to send her money.
I mean, it is thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know Demi was like, not all of us have $250,000 to donate. It was just
Yeah,
kind
but
of
you do, so.
very,
stop
it was
complaining.
kind of just very, like, it's just an attack, and it's kind of against exactly what feminism is.
I
so
don't
it's kind
know.
of
I feel
hilarious.
like she's kind of. I don't know
I
if
just
she was
think
doing it on
it's-
purpose. I feel
I
like she
think
was
it's
making
just
about her.
taking away from what the
Yeah.
issue
The
actually
actual
is.
issue
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Although, like, we can't deny, like, the support for Kesha has been
Has
overwhelming.
been, extremely great.
Yeah.
Because
positive
I,
things.
been
it's
more
almost like I
support than
can't even name like
non-support.
one person who hasn't like tweeted or
Yeah.
said something
I know.
about the
I mean, I'm
situation.
sure there's some ignorant Twitter people,
That's
but
why, yeah.
whatever.
That's why it's like obnoxious.
I mean, if you
what
can't say
Demi's
something nice,
doing.
don't say it at all.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
But I guess whatever, you
Yeah,
can say what
that's
you
why
want.
it's just obnoxious because it's like.
Like, I would never
don't
say
know.
I was a big fan of Kesha,
Yeah, I heard her
Me
music
neither,
is fun to
but you
dance
can
to
like-
at the
still,
club or
but
whatever.
you can still like.
but
support what
I
she's saying.
support her in her situation.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Well, do we all support her?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
Hashtag free Kesha.
Free Kesha.
Hashtag for the night. Could that be a new
whatever.
topic? Hashtag
What?
for the night.
For the night.
Take
For
back the night.
Yeah.
I farted. What's it called? Like, do you want to talk about Take Back the Night right now?
I don't
No.
actually know what you guys are
Oh.
talking about, to be honest.
She's talking about Take Back the Night. Do you know what Take Back
No,
the
I
Night
wasn't
is?
talking
I
about
don't
Take
think
Back the
I
Night.
know what
It's a
Take
hit
Back the
song by
Night
Justin
is.
Timberlake back in
Oh,
2005.
take back the night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I know
but
that.
it's also a thing about rape and
Yeah.
how.
Oh.
Yeah, we
it's
do
not-
that here at the university.
Yeah, it's an event.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, as a feminist, I'm very surprised that you don't know about Take Back the Night. One of
The
the biggest,
Cross Cultural
like-
Center does it. Like they march down to courthouse. A bunch of people get up
They
on the
put,
stage
like-
and they
That's
talk
wonderful.
about
They
it.
put like signs all around like the
Courthouse area and stuff.
just the courthouse, but like the green.
When
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it the t-shirts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's Take Back
that's
the
what it
Night.
is.
I just didn't know specifics of what it was.
I've gone. It's
Wow.
actually really intense.
You're really,
I'm sure
Really
it is.
active in your
empowering.
community.
I'm truthfully not very active at all. Like, I don't know what's going on
Oh
ever.
my
Senioritis.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
no, it's just me.
No, but that's like general knowledge.
Okay, Raul, I'm sorry.
You better be. It's like saying what's Christmas. I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
What's Christmas? What is Christmas?
Yeah, what is Christmas?
I don't know. But it's like February, so we don't have to talk about that right now. Should we go to a PSA break or like what's going on?
Yeah, we can go
Yeah, let's go to
break.
PSA
Let's
break.
do it right now before
Stay
we get
tuned.
like 20 hours into the show. It never happens. So, Janine, take us into a PSA break.
All right, we are going to a PSA break, so see you soon.
I have some complaints.
Yeah. Gross.
Hi,
Yeah,
welcome
welcome
back.
back.
Welcome back, everybody.
It sucks that I have to walk home in this rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And there
it's
might
raining
even
pretty
be a
hard here.
leak, so if you see some water come down,
might be on me because this is the usual spot for the leak. So
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was over there.
yeah.
this is
so
like Nickelodeon, like the
Janine's
slime
gonna
area.
Be wet.
Splash zone. You never know what's gonna happen on the Royal View.
Leak
Oh.
starts with the letter
Well,
L,
that was a little
kids.
risque what you just said there.
Oh, we need ponchos.
This
should get
isn't the Blue Man
ponchos.
Group.
Ponchos.
I'll tell Professor
That's
Holmes to do
classy.
Artian
I don't have a
ponchos.
Yeah.
poncho,
All right,
but I have a
so
plastic bag and some scissors.
we're gonna go on Royal V rant.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
I
Is
just
that a
literally
thing?
just named that right now. I think it's pretty a good segment. So I
It's a good name for a show.
hate to admit this, but I'm obsessed with Teen Wolf, but in the worst way. As in, I know it sucks so bad, but yet I watch it still. And because there's like one amazing character of whom which I love, Lydia Martin, and I'm obsessed with her, and I want her to end up with Styles Selinsky. Anyways, that's kind of irrelevant. But
You just wanted to talk about Teen Wolf. I didn't know this was what the conversation.
No, because-
I thought we were talking about TV
no,
shows.
we
not
are
just
because this
Teen
is
Wolf.
an example of what pisses me off about writers. No offense to writers, but because of the potential future employers here. But
It doesn't matter.
anyways, don't think that your
Criticism's
audience
real.
is stupid.
I agree with
Literally,
that.
I get so mad. So, and just the dumbest choices that like TV shows like continue to make. Number one. So basically, and like 2 episodes ago of Teen Wolf, they've like found this bloody like shoe print. I don't know, and they're like, oh, we need to find the shoe so we can find out who the Beast is or whatever. Like, I'm really summarizing all this. And so last night on the episode, they like find the shoe and it's still like wet blood. And that just makes me so mad. I don't know why, but I'm like, use
Yeah, that's
continuity.
stuff like that
It's
is
just
annoying.
small, like things like that. Like your audience isn't stupid.
Yeah.
And also another thing that made me mad was that so they're trying to figure out who the Beast is, and Scott was like, oh, I got the Beast scent, and it turned out that the Beast was Mason, who was like a regular character on the show. So how could you have not recognized that it was Mason in the first place? It doesn't make sense.
Is this what
Because
Teen Wolf
Teen
is now?
Wolf, Teen Wolf is a show for 13-year-olds that watch MTV
Okay, wait.
still.
And
Wait.
then they have a whole episode where Styles and Lydia are like literally holding onto each other, like
Like, what's
Insane
programming for
amazingly,
MTV?
and then
Who
next
is that
episode, they
geared
don't even
towards?
talk.
Adults?
Okay, wait.
I don't think
I
so.
used to watch Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
At first, I avoided it because I had the exact reaction as you, but then I watched it and I
yeah,
was like,
it used to
oh,
be pretty
Teen
good.
Wolf is actually really
Yeah.
interesting. I stopped watching it after, what was it, season 5?
Oh,
Oh, well, it's in season
When
5
did
now.
Malia
what's-
come in?
Malia is the worst character on television history.
After,
I don't know about all that.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Who-
Her writing
wait,
is
who's the-
terrible.
There's some pretty abhorrent.
okay.
Okay, let's go. What are
Anyway,
you saying?
who's the writer of Teen Wolf?
Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis. He thinks the audience is stupid.
Yeah, he thinks the audience is stupid.
Because he
100%.
introduces,
Unfortunate.
half the cast leaves. He introduces
Yeah.
characters that
Don't
no.
listen. No one. If you have a core group of amazing characters of whom which your audience loves, and a bunch of them leave, do you know what the worst thing you could possibly do is bring in new people and let them take over the time of the people that are still there. Don't do that.
They also have really bad personalities.
Horrible personalities. Malia's character literally makes 0 sense. She was a coyote since she was 8, and she came out of it when I think she was 16, but yet somehow
And then was
she's
in
in
high school.
in the same class as Lydia Martin, who has a photographic memory and is
And
a
then she was
certified
like,
genius.
oh, I don't understand calculus. Well, gee, I wonder why.
I don't know, man.
Like, this show
That's
is
how
just...
I felt about Dexter. And it's after season 4, they got a new showrunner.
Yeah.
And that just shows how important showrunners
Yeah, they
like,
really
are.
are.
So
because
important.
they have to make sure that everything that the writers and stuff are doing service the show in a way that they want it to be done. And it's just like, and it's like the same thing,
Yeah.
like you know, like by like season 7 or something, like Dexter's literally like breaking into houses without gloves. He's stalking people with these like light fluorescent like button-ups, and it's just like, you know, this is a character that used to be super meticulous.
Yeah.
And you can write it off to like, oh yeah, but like all the character development, he's starting to get sloppy. But I'm just like, no, like it's like some really bad writing. Like you're literally in someone's house, and then your phone goes off. It's not even on silent, and then you answer the call. Like you don't know who's in this
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Like, so just like stuff like that.
And
so
also,
I agree
like,
with you.
for me, I
It's just
know,
annoying.
because obviously we all study writing here. One of the first things I ever learned about writing a script was show, don't tell. Because the audience needs to be able to make some sort of connection and like emotional connection to what they're seeing. Like, no one wants to
Right.
be told things; they want to be like shown them. But I see time and time again of like people just writing the answer down, or like I know I'm gonna bring this up again. I'm sorry, but like Malia and Styles, like
Which made
literally
no sense
met
as a couple.
for a day, and then like it was a whole new season. The next season was like the summer had gone by, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Malia and Styles are together, by the way." And it's like, no, I don't want that. Why would I want that? I've never
And
seen them
wait, the
in
first,
a cute
the scene that they
position.
were actually together was in the
In an insane
like
asylum,
insane asylum,
where they
and
had
Styles
sex
was like,
for
no.
the first time. Again, she's supposed to be mentally 8 years old.
Leo.
Supposed to be mentally 8 years old. They have sex. Styles is
Whoa.
possessed by an evil
Whoa.
fox spirit. Malia, I think both of them were kind of like on drugs. Like the worst situation ever. First of all, to even like put on a show where
And
it's supposed to be
Styles
bringing
was
people-
always in love with Lydia.
always in love. Which I don't. That's not even my issue because like Lydia hadn't really reciprocated the feelings at this point, even though I really wanted it to happen. Like they needed to grow as friends.
Oh, wait,
in order
no.
for that
Also,
to
that
happen.
entire season, Lydia was just like
There-
pushed in the back.
Yeah. No, Lydia is never with the pack, ever. They always have her doing something off the side, but yet for some reason.
And she's always being
My
tortured.
God. I can't even talk about the show
Oh
because
man.
this season
Let's just make it more
she came
general.
out of
now.
her catatonic state because of Malia,
I think we have some
because
good
they're friends and not
examples.
friends. I'm
Leo,
sorry.
what do you have to say? Do you have a show that
But the
did
point
this
is,
to you?
Teen Wolf does not appreciate their
Teen Wolf
audience.
is bad,
and they
Dexter
When
is
you
bad.
and they
have
like
fans who have better theories and can write out better like
That's true.
stories than your own show, you have an issue.
I saw a pretty good YouTube video that like rearranged. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna write a new story on the elements that you gave. Like I'm gonna use the elements that you did for your season, but I'm just gonna rearrange
Yeah.
them in a way that actually makes sense and has a better story. And it was really good. And I was like, man, I wish I would have seen these episodes.
But that's when you know that you need to change something.
I want to hear what Leo has to say about the subject. What show do you hate that did this to you? That ruined
everyone
your
has
life?
that one show.
Everyone has a show that they loved, and then like some asshole
Yeah.
ruined it.
That's really difficult. I off the top of my head, I can't think of a show that did that pissed me off. I can think of a show where something like that kind of maybe worked to the advantage of the show.
Okay.
Because I love Supernatural.
Okay.
So when Misha Collins' character Castiel was first introduced, he was only supposed to be in the show for an 8-episode arc.
Yeah,
But he
everyone
became
loves him.
such a fan favorite that they wrote him in as a main character, and I think his character being involved has basically only added to the show.
Yeah.
So it's like the
Yeah,
polar
but I mean,
opposite.
but not
Yeah.
even necessarily because that doesn't, like, if you can write it in a way that makes sense,
Well, exactly. You need
Then
to
it
write it so it
works.
makes sense.
It's not
You
always
can't
bad to add new
basically.
characters,
you can't just
know?
be like, oh, hey, by the way, he's back.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if a show goes on for like that long,
Yeah.
you need to like start introducing new
Yeah.
people.
Or if it's
Yeah.
like a character that's literally only a plot point, it's like, oh, here's this character. Oh, I bet he's gonna die by the end of the season because he hasn't.
Well,
done
that's when a show
anything
becomes
Yeah.
predictable.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
nobody
exactly.
likes when it's predictable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then
So
what's the
it's
point of
just like-
watching? You could literally just go, this is going to happen in this week's episode. You watch it. LOL, I was right.
But some people
Never
like
watch it.
that. Some people like that mindlessness, and that's why the shows
It's like
get made.
Scooby Doo.
yeah.
Wow.
If you're gonna spoon
Are you
spoon feed
talking
something to
bad about
somebody,
Scooby-Doo?
don't
I'm
make
not-
it
no, I'm
obvious
not
that you're
s-
spoon feeding it to somebody. You have to
But
like
also,
make it seem
like,
legitimate.
another thing, I'm sorry, literally.
Scooby Doo has
so
some of
much.
the best writing ever. I'm sorry. Have you seen that
Scooby-Doo's
episode
pretty good,
with the
Wait, which
Harlem
Scooby-Doo series?
Globetrotters? Because
Oh,
Yes, I
yes,
have.
You
yeah,
mean
that's-
the original?
The original Scooby Doo
Yeah.
series was on
Yeah.
point. We should bring that back.
That was the Scooby-Doo movies when they met
Actually,
the
they always
Globetrotters.
bring a Scooby Doo back.
But pay attention to your
it's like
your
Tom
fans.
and Jerry or Power Rangers.
Pay attention to your audience because, like, a lot of times I feel like these shows will look like they'll be like. There's always ship wars. Let's be honest. Like everyone wants a certain ship, but like the worst thing that you can do is like, obviously you want to have somewhat of a slow burn, but like I forget what show it was that they put somebody together and it was fine. Like on One Tree Hill, Nathan and Haley were together for literally like 10 seasons, and you can still have them together and give them conflict. Like the show doesn't. I feel like I'm gonna bring it up again. Some shows think that if two ships like finally get together, like the show's over. There's no more like, oh, like now they're together kind of thing. Like no, if you're a good writer, you can still have two people together and still have a good show.
yeah.
Like I don't
Except
understand.
there's
Their
a story
relationship
to
is not the
tell.
plot.
If you don't have a story
It's
to
a
tell,
subplot.
I mean, you can't have a show
The
without
show still-
relationships, but
yeah.
Yeah.
like it's a subplot, and that's what a lot of people enjoy. And if you don't think that you have a show without that,
Yeah.
that's on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it back to Dexter. They had that season where Dexter's sister fell in love with him, and
Wait,
it's just
what?
like, or it's his adopted sister, so it's not his real sister.
That
Still.
doesn't
Like,
make it better.
But I
though.
know, but like there's like one season where
Cool.
she has these conflicting feelings, and then she's just like, oh, I think I'm in love with him, and it's just like, where did this come from? Like literally, where did this come from? There was no indication throughout the entire series that this was ever gonna happen, and it just all of a sudden happened at the end of
that
the
also
season,
brings-
and it's just like, oh.
Do they ever act
okay.
on it?
No, I think like she admitted it at one point, and I think there was like one like fantasy scene maybe.
Do you think
I
they
don't know
dropped
if-
it because of backlash? Do you think was there backlash?
Probably. There
Yeah.
was a lot of backlash. 'cause
but
it
that also
doesn't make
brings up
sense.
another point.
But there was also just
Wait.
general backlash because the show was being bad.
That also brings up another point.
general.
It's like when writers have to like write in a relationship in order for a character to be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
bad.
That's-
Malia.
And Leah, yeah.
She's only relevant when
Just
she's with
anyone.
Styles.
Just like, yeah.
But
you have to have a purpose for
what
that.
do you guys think about? Do you think that a writer should change what they're doing based upon viewer reaction?
No.
No.
Not always. I think you should.
You can't
if you're-
always cater
Yeah.
to the
you
audience
think
because then a
audience-
show
because
might
the
not be
audience
good.
also
I mean-
doesn't know, because
Yeah.
that's also why a lot of shows are so dumbed down now, because people don't want these complex. It's not until something like Breaking Bad comes in and does something so different that it's like, oh, okay, and now everyone starts doing like Breaking Bad. But it's just like no one likes that like quick shift. Like they want stuff that they're used to. So that's why like you can't always listen to views, because viewers don't always
Yeah.
know what they want. You have to do something weird in order to like break that. But you have to be a
audience
good
won't
writer.
always
You
know
have
what
to
they
have that
want.
intelligence. So I think it's just more indicative of, or vindicative.
Because I'm really
Indicative.
torn on that
Your
idea
thing,
of
yeah.
like, I think like as somebody like I want to be a writer at one point, hopefully. Of like I feel like I would have my vision, but I also feel like, and I feel like you need to stay strong in that.
Yeah.
But also, I just don't think you know exactly how things are gonna go. Like once you see them on screen, you don't realize what people have certain chemistry.
I say
Like-
like look at
Yeah.
your viewer ratings.
Yeah.
Because like Teen Wolf, their viewer ratings
This,
dropped
they just
because
had
I'm
the
not
worst
watching anymore.
viewership
Yeah.
this last
Yeah.
episode.
So it's
Yeah.
like maybe start listening to the fans at that point.
And I'm telling you why they're losing their viewers is because they were like baiting, they're ship baiting Styles and Lydia really hard these past couple of episodes before. And they had this one episode that was just so Styles and Lydia heavy, and it was epic and amazing. So many people were happy. And then the next episode, they didn't even interact. And they had actually a moment with Styles and Malia. And like this past episode, they had the lowest ratings they've ever had. And I think it's because they keep, first of all, having poor, like a lot of plot holes, poor storylines.
For me, it's like the characters.
And the characters suck, other than Lydia Martin, of course, because she's perfect. And because they're ship baiting. I mean, Steric was a huge ship on the show that
I
they
stopped
never
watching 'cause,
wanted it
like-
to happen. Like the writers never wanted it
Yeah.
to happen, but it became its own realm of things.
Honestly, actually, when Derek left, that's when I was like, nah, I'm done
yeah. I
with
mean,
the
I'm
show.
literally there for Lydia because she's the best. But like, I almost think that they should have done Steric. Personally, I kind of think they should have.
I would have been fine with that.
I would have. I actually didn't mind it at all.
I didn't mind it.
But like, it's just interesting. I myself, as somebody who like studies all this, don't really know how I feel about it because I think that you obviously want viewership. You won't have a show if you don't have viewership.
But,
and
like,
you have to keep them
which-
happy to an extent.
Aren't there actual shows that like actually listen to fans and like what they want?
Yeah, like there's shows that do that, but I think it just depends on what kind of show it is. Because you have to also think of too, like when you're writing and you're a writer, like you're not paying attention to the internet.
You
for the
should be
most
though. I
part.
think
Right.
you should be.
Like
nowadays.
you're not gonna be looking in and seeing what every single person has to say about
It's
your
such
show.
a
Like,
great
maybe
outlet
you
now.
are.
No,
I don't know
I
why you
like I
wouldn't.
said,
that's
if
also like
your
a showrunner
if
thing,
your
like a
viewer
producer thing.
ratings drop,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hard.
I think it's time to actually listen
yeah.
to what the fans say.
For sure.
100%.
At least a little bit, but it's also too like what kind of show are you trying to do and stuff like that.
You're
'Cause
Teen
they're-
Wolf.
'cause
You can
they're-
put Styles and
Yeah.
Lydia together. This isn't Lost or anything.
This is a show that brings on like every creature in the universe.
and then none of it makes
But
sense.
then,
Yeah.
then you get into a position where it's like, okay, you're like Teen Wolf, and okay, you've done it for so long, you've been baiting this relationship that when it finally does happen, people are still gonna be mad regardless because
Why?
it's not the way you
I
wanted
think it's
it.
at this
I would love for it to happen.
At this point, it's like, that's not
Literally,
gonna bring me
they've
back.
But it's
had-
like, the same thing like Leo DiCaprio. Like if he wins an Oscar at this point, it's like who cares because he's already like done so many movies that are objectively like
I
pretty
care.
good.
and there's a bunch of
And
great
it's just
actors
like,
that
what are
never
you gonna-
received an Oscar
Yeah,
or
and
even
it's
a
just like-
nomination.
it's just like that thing where it's just like, does it even matter at this point? Because it's like people are gonna be mad, like regardless. They'll be like, why did it take so long? Or oh, the way that you put them together doesn't make sense in the context or
But
whatever.
it freaking does now. And they're just how their tails
I
change.
don't
are
watch Teen Wolf,
assholes.
so I don't know.
well, I mean, this is just goes for like shows like that.
Shows in general. It's just that this particular show happens to be on right now, and
Yeah.
I'm watching it, and it's really frustrating
Yeah.
because literally, like, every decision that they've basically made on the show does not make any sense. It just doesn't. at
No,
all.
not at all.
It's unfortunate.
And I wish I could speak to Jeff Davis. It would not be a civilized
You and like
hard.
everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would. I would try and be as respectful as possible, but I'll be straight up.
That's why it's good that like a show like Breaking Bad or something was like had a set goal. They're like, we're only gonna do this X amount of seasons. There's not gonna be any extensions because like we don't want to like fall into that trap. Like,
What's that like phrase? Like
yeah,
What?
you die like a good person, and then or you live long enough to see yourself
oh yeah,
become
yeah,
a
yeah,
villain
yeah.
or whatever.
You either
Oh, yeah,
you either
yeah.
die a hero or
Oh, yeah.
live long enough to see
Become a
yourself
villain.
That's
become
what
a
it is.
villain.
Yeah.
From Batman, isn't it? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know where that's from. I think that's what it is, but I don't know if that's true.
Want to go to PSA break?
I know that Spider-Man was responsibility.
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah.
And then Ant-Man is, you can never be too small.
But also, Roshone happened, just for the record, finally on The Walking Dead. That is an example
PSA
of
break
doing
right
what
now.
you should.
PSA.
We're ready for
We're
a
gonna
PSA
do a
break.
PSA break.
Stay tuned.
Now, Carol,
In the US, more than 40% of waste is paper. That trash tally is approximately 71.8 tons a year. But let's put this in perspective. With 1 ton being 400 reams of paper, that's approximately 29,000 reams being thrown out. And 1 ream equals 500 sheets, so that's approximately 14.4 million sheets being tossed. So let's make this great branch of Dunder Mifflin proud by cutting this percentage in half. How? Simply print on both sides and recycle. In the US,
Facebook released a new like system. Instead of having likes, now you can have of 5
Wait, you
different
can't like
emotions.
now?
You can like, but in addition to likes, you have haha, which is a smiley face that's like ah. And then you have the sad one, which is what I've been doing all day, regardless of the post. I've just been saddening everyone's status and or post.
oh, great. I'm glad I didn't post anything.
And that's like a little single tear.
This is an angry one.
There's an angry one, and I've done a couple of those too. Like for like really happy stuff, I've been like, no, I'm mad at this.
Can't you also love stuff now?
You can love stuff, which is a heart, and then the last one is
Isn't it just a like?
no. There's another one, and you said all the other ones. When I was gonna say that one next, and now I forgot what it was. And it's taking. I was supposed to do this in 5 seconds, and now I lost it. And there's the wow one, where you can be like, "That's wow." Wow. It's wow face.
Wow.
And yeah, so what do you guys think about that? Do you?
I think it's about time. All I wanted was a dislike button.
That's what everyone keeps saying. What about you?
Why didn't he do it? Wasn't there a statement made?
Yes, there was,
There-
and it was all because of empathy.
I don't care, to be honest.
Okay. What about you, Leo? What do you have to say about this?
I'm having so many emotions right now. I need to go on Facebook and use those emotions to express my feelings right now.
Okay.
That's funny.
It's great. We have more options, so it's like I don't just like something. I love this status
Yeah.
and something like that. It's like I feel like this is just going to continue. Like we had the emoticons on iPhones updated a little while ago. Like you can change all of the stuff on there.
Emoticons?
now.
What is this? 2001?
Emojis.
Emojis, bro. Emojis.
Emoticons.
Sorry.
Emoticons.
Excuse me,
LOL.
Janine. Excuse me. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to let Janine talk for me now. She's my
I already said
spokesperson.
what I had to say. Mary, what do you think?
About the Facebook thing?
Yeah.
I think that I don't really care at all because
Wow.
My sentiments exactly.
I literally go on Facebook just to like make sure I didn't miss anyone's birthday and post pictures, but I like
so
don't
many
really
birthdays.
post any kind of
always miss someone's
status
birthday.
anymore. I mean, I like people's statuses and I like to keep up, I guess, with what they're doing, but I could
I've been
not
doing
care
that
less about it.
I feel like I don't post as many statuses as I do just like share stuff. Like I'll
Right.
share links to
I
stuff.
don't even think I share. I really don't do much of anything on Facebook.
But yeah, I definitely not use Facebook as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
have
pretty
Time
good.
Hop or whatever, that app that like shows you what you said and like
Yeah.
it'd be
I
like
hate
7 years
that.
ago and
Some
I'm
of the
like
stuff I see is
quoting
so
some
cringe.
like deep like
I hate when
song.
Facebook
I hate
like,
myself.
oh, I'm sharing a memory. Like, here's a picture from like 5 years ago, and it's the worst picture
Ever.
ever.
But then, like, I get
Did you
memories
see
though
the
that
thing
are
they
often
did
because
recently?
I
It's
also
like
just like
a
post
couple of your
pictures
memories,
to
like
my
your
timeline,
friends or whatever,
and
and
I'll
it's like
see
you
something
did
like
that. They made like a
I mean, it's
video,
hilarious, but
basically,
like,
you could
damn, that
insert-
was
insert
depressing
your
when
own
I was
photos.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like
hated
that
that.
kind of
It's
person
dumb.
Yeah.
that just posted like, what's it called, like Hawthorne Heights lyrics all the time.
I actually never listened to Hawthorne Heights, but
Oh, I love lyric posts.
yeah, that was me. Or it was like, it's really sad. Like,
I did,
ew.
but I would do like dumb song lyrics.
Because you remember it used to be is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. Do you remember that? Like, it had to be
Mary
is
is-
something, yeah.
Do you remember when everyone just used to like pages?
Do you remember
Yeah,
when you weren't, you didn't even like pages, but like you were a fan of them?
Yeah.
They were fan pages.
Yeah.
And it's not just like you like it. It's like,
And
oh,
you
no,
would
I
like
was a
write on people's
fan.
walls.
And you have to flesh out your profile. Now it doesn't matter. Now
Yeah.
it's just a promotion.
But you would be like, hey girl, like, how was your day? I really miss you. Like, people would actually do that.
I mean,
on
using
walls.
Facebook like a cell phone for texting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember when Facebook used to only be accessible to people that were in Ivy League schools?
No, I didn't know that.
Wow, someone didn't watch the
I
Social
didn't see it.
Network.
I didn't see it.
I did not see that either.
Wow.
Anyway.
It was an okay movie.
But yeah, so basically we're gonna wrap up, but we're gonna
No,
do
I'm
a
not
couple.
done talking about this Facebook issue. This is really important.
It's not
We're
that
all
important.
very tired today.
Okay, no, it's all good.
I think you
We
care
don't
more
have to
about it
talk
than Mark
about-
Zuckerberg.
We don't have to talk about Facebook. We can just keep talking about Teen Wolf.
We're not
I
talking.
could talk about Teen Wolf forever because
No, we're like
so bad, but
wrapping up the show.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna wrap the show, but we're gonna do a couple of our little segments. Or not a couple, just okay. Wait, we have to do our selfie.
No, let's just end the show right now because
No!
we talked about what I wanted to talk about.
We're
and
not
that's all that
ending it
really
yet.
matters.
We have to take our
I
honor
think it's
selfie.
cool.
Go ahead, Raul. You can see this on Facebook,
All right, sounds
maybe, because
good.
I always forget to send it. Okay. I don't,
Great
I just took a picture
selfie.
of myself.
ew, that's such a horrible angle.
I'm not even gonna pose. I'm just here.
Perfect.
Great.
Check
All
it
right.
out on our Facebook page. Now we're gonna do. Oh, I actually really
Make sure to
enjoyed
Now
love it, not
we
just
are-
like
Music
it.
picks of the week. That was the
All right.
theme song.
I like it.
I'll go first.
All
All
right,
right,
Janine's
my
going.
music choice of the week is "Time After Time" by Cyndi Lauper
Aw,
because
Worst
throwback.
song
That's
this
a-
season of all time.
that's
Next-
not-
No, I'm just kidding.
no, that song just like showed up on one of my playlists and I haven't heard it in a while, and I was like, oh, I forgot how great the song was, so I listened to it 50 times in a row.
Aw, that's cute.
That's my story. Next.
Mine's also a throwback. Simple Plan.
Ugh.
Uh,
Mine is Grow Up.
Wow, not even
Wow.
a song that I know.
It was from the
Disappointing.
Scooby-Doo movie.
oh,
Ugh.
even better. Next.
I always
God.
quote this, but the Mahogany Sessions on YouTube, I found another awesome thing, and it was Little Boy in the Grass by Aurora. It's really good. And then also, What a Good Woman Does by Joy Williams, who was she was the one that was in the Civil Wars with John Paul. They were really good.
Wow.
Yeah, but she released her own album, and yeah.
What?
All right, stop. He was just humoring me.
Sorry, I was trying to keep,
So
I was trying to keep a straight face, but then Janine started laughing.
What are you
All right, your pick time.
Because he was like, oh, wow.
I actually thought you knew what I was talking about
like,
too. For a
genuine.
second. Yeah.
No.
Okay, yours.
Why would I ever say anything good about what you have to say? My music pick is also a throwback. BB King, Making Love is Good for You. Where's my camera?
Zoom in on creepy Raoul face.
No,
Well,
cameraman's aren't listening,
cameramen are
so.
literally talking to themselves, so I guess
We have
not.
a great crew.
I feel like I should throw back something now.
Okay, what can you throw back?
No,
You have
because
five-
you already did Mahogany.
The Breaks by Curtis Blow, aka what I grew up on.
I don't even know what that is.
Breaks on the
Curtis
bus, breaks
Blow?
on the car, breaks
What?
to make you a superstar.
All right, so that's the end
Anyway.
of the show.
You guys have been great. Thanks for saying too.
Next time, we'll have more topics to discuss, such as the falling price of gold in our ever-growing
And now we're
economy.
talking into our mics like this.
So, we'll see you next time on
The
The Royal View.